Hi everybody, welcome to Wednesday again. It's about 1:30 on the West Coast, and I'm updating before German. And since I'm on my Nikon Coolpix, I suppose I should get right down to business and not fudge around too much. So let's see. Last week, Dan asked something cool about my roommate. Well, she ran for student senate, and she worked really hard on a lot of her posters, which unfortunately got defiled in not so nice ways. But if anything, I think that just gave her more publicity. And she's Jewish, which is pretty cool. So, both of us are short, non-Christian. She's interested in DWA. She's a cool roommate. Patrick, I also have 3 question marks. Ivan. I don't know what happened to him. He said he'd update yesterday, but apparently that didn't happen either. Ivan asked about the most useless thing my college has given me, or asked me to get, I guess. So, I threw out most of my useless things, except this book, How to Solve It. When I was here for MSI for a month, they required us to get a series of books that they said we'd need. Well, my calculus professor, Professor Knair, did not in fact end up using that book at all. The only thing we had to read out of it was page 2, which he printed out for us. So, this book has been sitting here, and it only costs about $8. So it's wasting space. I won't even get that much money back for it, and I'm pretty sure I'm not going to ever use it. Kyle's 2 questions, since he posted super late last week. First of all, note-taking. Does it help you prepare for exams? Yeah. Usually, yeah. And unless you're really familiar with the material, I mean, even if you are, it's always good to have notes. And good note-taking skill is something that you might not think of, but it's pretty essential. And this question from yesterday was class length. All my classes are 55 minutes long, with maybe the exception of my biology class, since it has a lab component on Tuesdays, for me Tuesdays, and that lasts 3 hours, roughly. So, yeah, I have 4 classes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I mentioned it in my personal channel, but they are, at the beginning of the day, Biology 250, followed by Cognitive Science 101, which is kind of a disappointment. I didn't really want that class, but whatever, 4 credits. Then is my CSP, which is Language, Myths, and Truth, with Professor Shelton, who was awesome. And then followed by German with Professor Peltzer. And my German class is kind of a joke too, but that's only, well, it's not really fair for me to say, because I've been taking 5 years of German, and this is only a 3rd semester German class. Some small class, really just going over basic grammar, intro stuff, themes of Germany and German culture, but I like them all, more or less. It's just cognitive science that I have an issue going to 3 times a week. But, let's see, my challenge for you guys is, well, I guess you're working on a bunch of my challenges still, aren't you? My challenge for you guys is something similar to what Pat asked us to do. I want you to balance a book on your head for the entire duration of your next video. Either that or get your roommate, if you have a roommate, to balance it on his head. So until next Wednesday, see you later. Stay tuned for Dan tomorrow.